Good morning, world. I am trying to squeeze in enough into that little bit of image here. This is the intro for my Aura video that I'm trying to finish off now. There will be enough footage of the Aura so that you can see her in all her lovely splendor, but because for now there's just this tiny little bit visible. Now, the reason for this, or the method behind the madness, I'm going to take this off now, this jumbo bobbin, and put her on this tension lazy gate that is intended for this jumbo girl. Now, this yarn was the yarn that I spun up during this video, and this now needs to be plied, but I've only got one jumbo bobbin. The other one is still on its way. So I'm going to use this one bobbin on there, and then the that's now out of reach. The white that I'm going to ply this with is going to be on an Ashford Kate, so that'll be jippoing it all together. But for now, let's see if I can get this off. I haven't actually practiced this. So maybe I won't even include this. Man, I'm skilled here. Gee, I'm chuffed with myself, because it could have just as easily not have worked. Okay, so that's this huge flyer that I've just taken off. Okay, with the Aura you do not have a tension band or anything holding it there, so you can basically just pull off the bobbin. I'll show you now. It's got two little holes here at the back, and there are two little pins here on the head of the Aura, so they basically just go in there and it holds your bobbin nice and tight. And because the Aura is a double drive system, you don't need that Scotch tension. And I'm telling you, yeah, obviously it's going to sound like sales talk, but I love this wheel to bits. It is just such a pleasure to spin in, and I'm going to take you along on the ride now in the rest of this video anyway. But honestly, I am so happy with this spinning wheel. It is, yeah, I don't have enough words to sing my praises. All I can say is, if you one day match up with a wheel like this, you'll know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so this girl now needs to go onto there, but I need to take that away. Let's see. And that little table of mine is not actually very solid at this moment, so I'm worried it's going to fall off there. Yeah, see, anyway, it didn't tumble too far, so it's still there. I'm sure it will work. Let me see. Oh, you can see. Let me put this yarn away. Well, this fluff, by the way, this is still the ends that were left of the 5 colors. I was going to spin it with that, and then I thought, no, this has got some Angelina in, which is not in the other yarn, so I'm going to make a tiny little skein of something for a sock yarn, for something special. Actually goes nicely with my scarf. Hey, even got some glitter, but that is for later. I think I'm going to cut the video here and go and play around to get that up, and once that's up I will bring you back. Well, I just put it on my lap to play around with it, so I thought might just as well take you along for the ride. It's if it doesn't work out, then I'll just take it out. I don't know, you can't see what I'm doing there. There's a tension band here that I'm just trying to take around the wheel, because obviously for storage that tension is way too tight. Just going to get this up here, just so that this girl doesn't, oh yeah, okay, good thing I didn't put this. Now here's one thing to keep in mind with this nice big bobbin. If I can take it out without bumping myself in the face. If you get one of these one day, this bobbin's got one side with the little band here, specifically for this lazy cat, so you can hold it. And the other side is smooth. Now I had it upside down just now, so the side with the little holes, that's going to go down like that. So let's try again. I should actually put some Vaseline onto this rod to make it smooth down, but it's okay for now. Right, then there we go. Tension band around it. Don't want to make it too tight, the tension, so I can bring it down quite a bit. I say this was tensioned for storage. Right, I will, let's see if it's, yep, it's going to work nicely. So let me bring this through here for now. The orifices are quite nice and big, so it's not really difficult. And I will just park it here on this little flat piece for now, waiting for the actual plying. Now the plying I'm going to have to do on the rose because I do not have the other head for the aura yet, and I do not have another bobbin to put on this shaft, so I'm going to do that next. Just swap around the wheels. Let me park this for now, and I will bring you back for the actual plying. If not in this video, then in another one. I'm sure I will add a little bit of that, even though it's on a different spinning wheel. I'm sure nobody's going to mind for the rose to do a bit of a gate crashing here. Oh, before I forget, the main reason why we do intros, I'm Ricky Smits. I'm an alpaca farmer, fiberholic, as you can see, Majacraft maniac. You could probably call me that because I just love my spinning wheels. And I am going to take you on a ride, or well, an adventure with each of these spinning wheels. This one is for the aura specifically. I've got 3 more lined up then that I'm going to do in different spots spread over on the farm. I won't do all of them down by the river because I need to take enough people with me every time to make sure Crocodile doesn't have me for breakfast or brunch. I'm taking the grandkids with me fishing while I'm out there, so not sure how much of the actual sound I'll be able to include because they will, yeah, they're obviously not going to be very quiet, but we'll see what we can do. I've shot some footage already that I might actually include a bit in this video as well as sort of a teaser for what's to come. And I'm still not sure which one I'm going to do first of all of the other 3 wheels, so the surprise will be when you see the video uploaded. Right, now let me get this all together. I'm first going to swap the rows around and then I'll bring you back for a little bit on that one. But yeah, let me first show this also. What I spun on here, yeah, if it's sneak peek, is this beautiful bat. Oh. Basically, I think this is planned to be about 350 grams. It's actually for order for somebody. So I finished 4 bats on this already. This is just a spare one that I made extra. That was one of the things I wanted to do. And there was something else I wanted to show you too. Now, okay. Now I was going to change this flyer off camera, and then I thought, now I can just as well show you what I'm doing because it's something that we're going to use on any of the spinning wheels anyway. So as I mentioned, I'm going to do my plying on the rose now. And it's got the fine flyer on at the moment, which I'm going to take off. I'll finish this project at a later stage. So let's see if, no, it's not going to go that easily. I'm just going to do it manually. Just take off this flyer, put it away safely. Remove that bobbin. And I'm going to use a jumbo bobbin now, because obviously these are probably going to fill about 3 or 4 of these with the amount of fiber that's on there. Well, yarn. I don't know why I always say fiber for yarn and yarn for fiber. Anyway, right, now let me get this guy up here. Oh, something that I can just as well show as well. These bobbins are sort of geared for the aura as well. You see it's got those 2 little holes, but I need the other head for my aura to be able to use them on the aura. That shaft is way too thick. These okies will definitely not go on there. As you can see, it doesn't work. So for now I'm going to have to do my plying here on the rows. Now simply add that, and I need to adjust my scotch tension here because I'm now using a larger bobbin and not the smaller one. I am using the wild flyer with a nice big orifice. Now with this was the one that I was supposed to have used when I did the 5-color alpaca yarn. Then I wouldn't have had all that hassle with my thick and thin bobbles to go through. Anyway, that's the way you learn, and then you know next time to have a good look. So right, let's see. There we go. Just tighten it enough. Okay. Let's just get it all sorted out. Okay, I can bring this guy to the front. And start from this end. Just thread everything through. Because it's nice and big, no use for the orifice hook. Just use your fingers. There we go. Okay, we're ready for plying. Now, I normally ply with my yarn coming from the right. So I'm now going to try and do it from the left for the purpose of this video. So please bear with me, it might not be such a good thing. We'll see what happens. Anyway, I have got my 2 yarn ends together now. I've put the white yarn at the bottom on the floor. I hope you can see what I'm doing. Looks like I'm just fiddling around, but don't worry, you know what I'm doing. Right, now let's see how this is going to go. Hopefully I'm not going to make my name Pompunya. I think I'm going to have to increase my uptake a little bit. Don't want to add too much twist, but I don't want it to fall apart either. So it's always a thing when you change bobbins, especially if you go from a smaller bobbin to a bigger, whichever, because you have to really completely change adjustments. So let's just see if I've got enough now. Yeah, uptake is almost too much, but let's see how it goes. Will work. There we go. Now this is just a balance ply, but now obviously I have a very wobbly table here, and I do not want it all to come tumbling down on me, like almost. I'm going to have to make that tension slightly less tight. Don't want to pull the table all the way. Hopefully you can see, and we're not going to have action movies with that whole bobbin donking down on me. So let's try some more. Nothing funny about this, I'm just holding the two ends together. While I'm carefully trying to unroll the bobbin. So I cannot really say there's not much to it because I'm now doing a bit of a balancing act here, quite literally, because that bobbin is hanging on for dear life there. I should rather have put it on my drinks trolley there. I'm not going to stop it all now for that. I think this is enough. I'm not going to take you on the whole ride here as I complete this. I will show the skein afterwards. I don't yeah, that'll mean I'm going to have to do some serious plying today if I want to finish this off today, and I actually want to get this video finished today too. So I'm going to stop here with this bit because I am going to take this opportunity to add something else as well. Maybe I'll do that with every video in future, just to put something else that is earmarked for another video but that I can fit in here a little bit. What I want to do here, I've been trying or planning on doing this for quite some time. I just need to get around to it. Not very elegant. 2 console bottles with 2 support spindles and a Turkish spindle. Now what I want to do with this is show you how you can ply on a Turkish spindle in a different way. My first 5 color alpaca spinning video, I showed you how I was plying directly from the cob, you know, the inside of the little Turkish cob to the outside. In this case now, I want to show you what you do if you have 2 support spindles that you want to ply together. Now obviously you can use the 2 support spindle yarns and ply that on a support spindle too, and I'm actually going to show that in future too, not today. This is just sort of in between. I've got myself now in a bit of a corner here because I don't know where to put these 2 little bottles. It's not really necessary to do that anyway, so I'm going to put them on my knees. Right, I'm back, chopped off my head, and we're going to see what I can do here. The 2 bottles, it's just 2 little console bottles, each with a support spindle inside. I'm just going to clamp them between my knees here. Us women, we are quite adept, hands, knees, toes, whatever. Right, what you do in this case, same as what I've done in that video, got the 2 ends together now, and we're going to add twist, spinning anti-clock until you've got enough twist. Oh yeah, maybe I should just assume that everybody knows what I'm doing. There's a little slip knot in here. Let me redo it again so everybody can see. So you've got your 2 ends. Do your slip knot over there. Just pull it tight. Add your twist anti-clock. Now this is where the beauty part of these 2 little bottles come in. You do not need a lazy Kate or anything. Your knees will be your lazy Kate and those 2 little bottles, because the 2 spindles are hanging there side by side, and as you need more yarn, you just carefully pull up and they will slowly wind off your spindles. And as you add more twist into your yarn on this end with your Turkish spindle, you just sort of take your fingers all the time and just let it run back on the yarn. You're not going to unwind too much because then you're going to look for trouble, and like there I've already got a little twirly whirly that I don't want, so I'm just going to push that back a little bit. So the 2 spindles, as you can see here, they keep the yarn separate here. You're not going to unwind too much, as I say. So right, that's gonna hang there. Let's add some more twist. Now this is a little insert for a different video that I'm going to use here anyway, because it's, I don't know about anybody else, I like to have sort of different ideas in the same video. It doesn't have to just be on one thing. So everybody who does spinning on a spinning wheel definitely spins on a spindle too, and if you haven't done so yet, I'm sure in the back of your mind you're planning on doing this. And these little Turkish spindles are what I say your sanity savers, because wherever I go I like doing something with my hands. So I always take a Turkish spindle with me, and you get different kinds. Let me show you the Majacraft one as well, because this is the one that always goes with me. There's always a little project on it. When you order this little Turkish spindle kit, it comes with 4 different sets of bases and 1 shaft, ranging from 10 grams, 15 grams, 20 grams and 30 grams. I think, yeah, this is the 20 gram one that I am spinning on now. And it's a nice colorful one, so I can even show you what it looks like when you wind it up. You see that beautiful flower effect you get there? I know there are people that say, oh, but you don't need to go and wind it up so neat and tidy, because I do the typical mantra, over 2, under 1, and then I sort of make sure I lay them in the right spot. I'm going to show on this other little spindle just now. I'm not going to spin on this one too. This, just by the way, has got some lovely rolags. One of my other hobbies, I love playing around with colors. So first dye up my colors and then I blend these rolags on my blending board. That's this baby. These Majacraft spindles, Turkish spindle Curio, they are, I will leave a link below as well if anyone's interested. And this is a little cheeky cherry spindle. I think I still have 3 of them in stock. I will leave a link to that as well for those who want. And we're going to add just 1 more spin of twist. I think that'll be enough. Right, then I can wind this up and then we're done with this. Okay, for now. Okay, when you've got enough twist, you're going to undo your slip knot. Just plop it over the side, and then we're back to the mantra. You're going to go over 2, under 1, over 2, under 1. Now it looks like this is finicky and slow and whatever, because I'm trying to line it up and speak to you on the camera and make sure it's captured correctly, etc. But when you sit and spin, it goes quite quickly. And the one thing that I really like most about this, it's sort of meditative. Twisting my tongue there. Your mind can go wandering off and you can do all kinds of planning, whether it's your garden or tonight's supper or whatever, or whatever pattern you want to make with your yarn. I like designing patterns as well, so this often gives me a chance to do that too. Because the one thing I also end up doing quite often is I would spin something because I wanted to spin something and just because it's fun, and then afterwards I have to think, now what am I going to do with this? There's only so many pairs of socks you can make, because it normally ends up like a sock yarn. That's sort of my default thickness. Anyway, I'm going to just add a little bit more twist to this, just so that this yarn that I've unwound it from my spindles don't go and get all knotted up, because I should rather have stopped in time. Anyway, so these guys are not going to get all messed up or whatever. I can just put them together. Not even my cats. No, I shouldn't say that. That's calling Murphy to come and have fun. But anyway, it's reasonably safe, but rather put it in a little project bag or out of reach of cats or kids. For now I'm going to have to put it aside, because I'm now going to have to start plying this yarn at the speed of light. Aha, don't drop it. Luckily these little bottles don't break that easily. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit more here. The reason why I need to, where did I put it now? Why I needed to make more yarn on this Turkish spindle is because I'm busy with a scarf. Now this is a real, shall I say, team effort. My daughter did the knitting of the inside of the scarf, but she didn't feel like doing this edging. I already did the same pattern on my scarf, which is this one. I've showed it before. It's got the same edging, and she said, no, since I've already done this before, I can do the edging, which is fine by me. It just takes a bit of time. So this guy is finished, and I did that on Turkish spindles as well, and I've showed that to you on a previous video, or if I haven't showed it yet, it will be included in another video. Anyway, that was this guy. Then we are now busy with this pink one. As I say, the same, it's variegated. It's alpaca blend, white and pink alpaca in sort of a mottled effect. Now there's not enough to finish the whole edging, so I needed to make more to complete this edging, hence my little Turkish spindle. And you see, the nice thing about this, you take your project bag, you pop in your knitting. You only need your knitting needles and your yarn, and in case you run out of knitting yarn, you take your Turkish spindle and some more fluff with you, and you can well, you can do as much as you want, or run out of it and then afterwards in a while make some more. Obviously, with this being a mottled effect anyway, it doesn't really matter as long as you've got the same colors. So that is the reason for this one. And then I thought I will show something else as well. Since I've got the camera at this funny angle and everything, I'm going to show a bit of Turkish spindling for those who are interested. This is a project I'm busy with already, and I might just well show it all together. Yeah, this is a skein that I've already done on these two spindles that I'm busy with here. These are two support spindles, my favorite ones. They're not too long. You can even support them on a table. The yarn I'm spinning though is cashmere, which I would advise, or I would not advise anyone to start spinning cashmere on its own on a support spindle, because the staple length is extremely short. I might be able to show you here. You know, cashmere, there we go. I don't know if you can see it to me and the skin tone again. Let me put my finger there so you can see. That's about the length of the fibers. There are a few longer ones, but they mainly that. So that's very short. What that means is, while you're spinning, the chance of that yarn breaking is so much bigger. Let me put this one away. I'm going to work on this one for now. Now normally this is just a little bowl that I'm using, that you put on the table and you put your support spindle in. That's why it's called a support spindle. And you can carry on spinning. Let's see. Get my ends together again. And make sure I'm not in front of my own hand there. No, don't want to drop that. This is the time that you do not want to make it a drop spindle. Add a little bit of twist, and then you allow that twist to run back in your yarn. As I said, this is not really the best of yarns to show how to spin. It's better to have something that you can do a nice long roll with. Oh yeah, let me explain what I'm doing here. The main cob is wound up at the bottom. This is sort of a intermittent cob that you just, a storage cob. Let me first do a good connection here, then I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. Just add enough twist. I'm trying to balance the support bowl on my lap now without letting it drop and break. And you need to add enough twist to hold on to that very, very short staple length. So it is a bit tricky. Just a tiny little more. All right, that's now settled. Okay, so I've added enough twist there, and I can wind it up. I can add more until this is up here, add more twist and just carry on a bit. But because this is quite full, I'm going to show you now what I'll do next. I've shown the butterfly effect before. You just walk your yarn back. I'm now going to butterfly everything off this top cob onto my fingers. Let's see. It's quite a bit. Ooh, that ball is going to go flying any moment now. I'm going to use a different bowl just now, but let me first just wind all of this up. Hopefully, let me just put it, yeah. Right, and now you just twist with your hands, twirl it around, and I hope you can see what I'm doing here. Just do a bit of finger ballet here. Wind it up, spread it evenly. Okay, I've wound off most of it. I'm going to leave a little bit to start a new sort of temporary cob at the top and just wind that back. If you for some reason want to stop and do something else, you just take your yarn supply and wrap that around your spindle as well and put it in your project bag, and it's safe. Now I'm going to take this little bowl and put this away safely, and I'm going to do a tiny little bit more on something else. Now this funny gadget that looks like a drum, I don't know, what do you call those things? Anyway, a mooring tool. It's got a little hollow bit there, and you pinch this between your knees like that. Yeah, it doesn't look very elegant, but we spinners here. Then you put your support spindle in that little hollow bit, and that's how you're going to support it now. At least this will not break because it's wood, and you're just continuing as usual. And the nice thing about this is you can sit and spindle on a bus, in an aircraft, in your car if you've got somebody else doing the driving, fishing next to the river with the grandkids like I do, or having coffee at Veldjie or some other restaurant. People might look at you funny, but what the heck, I don't care. Yeah, don't flick it too wild because it's gonna flick off. Anyway, every now and then you just wind back your finished yarn, and that's it. So this is enough for now, I think. That can go away, and I will add this in this video as well, but it's mainly intended for a different video. So I'm going to do my plying now, and we will assemble the rest of the video. See you later. hele rukkie spin. Jy nou vir almal wys wat jy jou hare gedoen het. Nou kan almal sien hoe jy jou hare afgesny. Ek het nou eers weer besluit gehad by my voete op. Dan moet ek net my tone by. Bye. See you later. Ja, maar ek wil nog video maak. Ons gaan nou nie ry, my skat. Gesels bietjie met Boffie nog. Ek net aan my voete vol dubbeltjies gemaak. I'm going to have to deep paper thorn myself. Ouch. Not a good idea if your doggy walks around with thorns. know. Nee, liefie. Au. Nee. Nee. Hey. No. What? Nee. Wow. You can squeeze it now. I know. I know. Mag my I know. No. Nee. Ja, han speelt toe. No. I know. Waar wil je gaan? Je kan squatsen, kom. Luna. Lunkie. Wat doen jij? Nee. Je gaat niet kou nie. Je opklim. Nee. Ek sal self, dankie. Ja. Nou. I know. Nee. I know. Te seer. Kijk. Waar is jy nou? Kom. Maar wil aangaan. Come on. Ja. Wil jy skoot sit? Dan toe kom sit op my skoot. Daar so. Sit daar rustig. maar los my nou uit, okay? Kan ek asseblief aangaan? Nee, jou snorbade gaan vassit. Nee. Af is jy. Nee, het gaat nie werk met jou op my skoon, my skat. Nee, af is jy. Bye, bye bye. No. Lookie. No. No. Meow. No, no, no. No, no, no. It's nie dental floss nie. No, no, no. Right, we're back to track now. I'm doing the last little bit of plying here. I've finished one of the white bobbins. And because I want to actually upload this video hopefully tomorrow, we'll see what happens. It might be a good idea to just stop with this one bobbin, scan it off. I'll at least put it on a niddy noddy so I can show what the finished skein looks like. And the other bobbin I will then ply off camera, obviously, just to try and get this finished. So again, this video will be all about the aura, but obviously this plying is not done in the aura, it's on the rose, because I have not got the other aura head yet. One day when I've got that, I will revisit this project and make something else, a similar one, because by then I will also have the other bobbins, giant bobbins, overhead bobbins, to show what I'm doing. Because for now I've got the one giant bobbin down there in the overhead tension gate, and I am using an Ashford Kate here because these other bobbins were spun on another spinning wheel. Right, I've reached the end of this bobbin, so I will just break this off here. That's actually quite strong, gosh. There we go. Right, so no doggy, go away. Now the puppy thinks I'm getting ready to play with him, and that's obviously not the idea. Just have to, there we go. So that's it, that's the end of this skein. Oh, yeah, maybe I should just put that on the, obviously going to be a whole lot. Yeah, that's gonna be way more than I want to fit on a computer. Way more than I want to fit on this video. So I'm going to get my niddy noddy. I'll take off this yarn and I will insert a picture here of the finished skein. I will, however, show you how much is still left. Okay, this is how much is still left on my giant bobbin, and that is the, let's see if I can fit this in there, that is the other bobbin of white that still needs to be plied with that baby over there. Now so far that same amount of white plied up to give us this much here on the rose. The poor Aura is is looking distinctly empty there, because her bobbin is obviously now on the ground being skeined off. And there's my puppy waiting to be played with. I think that's enough for now. Right, I'll show you what the skein looks like just now. This is what the completed bobbin looks like. I've just taken it off. A nice whole handful. Right, it's going to be skeined off now. While I'm at it, I thought I will show you, I've got a lace weight yarn to compare against this one I've just completed. That is a lace weight compared to a double knit here on side by side.